The name of this next horse is Hoof-Hearted. But listen to the call.
Hoof-Hearted on the extreme outside. Colorado Co-Ed, Toast a Dozen on the inside. Questern Jet, Hoof-Hearted! Hoof-Hearted on the outside, it's close! Hoof-Hearted in the winner's circle.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Ay, ja, ja! ¡Sí, señor!
What is up, pod people? This is another episode of Hoof-Hearted. I am Doc, and with me is the Mexalorian. Mex, what's up?
What's going on, Doc? Sorry, my ear. Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was poking my ear, my bad, or scratch. I don't know what the fucking call it sometimes.
Q-tips?
But how's it going, man? Huh?
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah.
Just chilling. You said what's up? I have not fucking really answered that well, and I
No,
apologize.
you're fine. I like the awkwardness in the beginning of every show.
Okay, good.
It's good.
Yeah, it doesn't get less awkward.
Yeah, man.
How's it going?
We're like, because I know that we've been like kind of, I don't know, we've had our moments of drought where we haven't put out an episode, but I mean, really, this is like almost 2 full years, right? In March.
It is, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Almost 2 full years, yeah. Oh, that was a nasty ass burp. Okay. Anyways,
But
yeah, man. I think it's almost like 2 years. I know we only have like 62 episodes, so that doesn't really add up. But I mean, you know, we've had issues at times, so I think that this last year we were a lot more consistent than we were the first year. But there's still been moments of I don't want to do shit. So, you know, but yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I think I'm trying hard to push the podcast a whole lot more on Instagram. One of these days I'll figure out how to do TikTok and Twitter X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So, you know, push the social media. I think really the key is to just start like befriending a shit ton of people and then just kind of like pushing them over into our little podcast. So that would be good. You know what I'm really disappointed about though?
The fans of the podcast, you guys aren't sharing the podcast.
I mean,
you guys aren't doing your job.
it would be ideal if people were like, hey, you know, like telling their friends about it, and when I actually post something on Instagram, you know. But I think that the people who listen to the show aren't even necessarily like on the Instagram, you know what I mean? And I don't know what, so it's all difficult. It's difficult to get it out there. But the thing that I really wished that the phone number would be more active, you know? And I know I complain about this shit way too much, but there's not a lot of podcasts that use that phone number, right? So, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
once we're popping, you fucking forget that shit.
I know, right? Yeah, then I'll beg for the days where nobody contacts us. I'm going to get all sorts of like voicemails and dick pics or something. I don't know how it works. But yeah. I mean, but if you wanted to send a text,
we've been asking for that on the phone number?
No, I don't want any dick pics.
Okay.
I don't want to have to weed through the wieners. You know? I don't want to have to go through all these schlongs just to end up getting like good, solid,
dodging left and right.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to have to go through all that just to find good comments, you know, or good suggestions on different show ideas, you know. So whatever. Anyways, we don't make money doing this. There's little to no production value from this show. So, maybe that has something to do with it. But I'm not spending a ton of money just to end up figuring out how to get more listeners. So this is gonna have to happen organically. But they say
sorry, guys, I didn't mean for this.
What? I
said, I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean for this.
No, but they say that it takes a long time. Like it takes 4 years for a podcast to get going.
I do want to get to the point where Joe Rogan was, where he was just selling out on fucking fleshlights, man. Like, Adam and Eve, hit us up. I'm fine with that. Like,
well, you have an account, right? So why don't you go ahead and email them? And
I mean, I could. Customer service is kind of asshole when I needed a replacement, but
a tight asshole.
Yeah, that's what I needed to replace. How did you know?
Was a tight asshole? Yeah. Anyways, you can call us. You can call us at 661-379-0020. That phone number again is 661-379-0020, and you can contact us and you can leave us a voicemail or you can text us, say whatever you want. Please don't send us pictures of your dick or your tight assholes. We don't want that. I don't want that kind of stuff.
Send us pictures of your dogs. Your cats.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Some puppers. That'd be cool. But don't send us pictures of your cat's butthole or your dog's butthole either. Or their dick. I don't want those either.
That'd be kind of funny. I want to lie. That'd be kind of funny though.
God, no one. You know that they have a coloring book of cat buttholes?
I could see that. That's funny.
I think my wife had gotten that for somebody at her work. It was just cat buttholes, and it was a coloring book. Hey man, whatever.
You got it at a white elephant. No one wanted to grab it.
No, dude. I think everybody be all about it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Cat butthole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They kind of assholes about it.
Yeah, they are, because they stick it right in your face. It's stupid.
Yeah, at least dogs. It's like your asshole's out.
Yeah, dogs are better.
You didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
But the cats, no, they fucking flare it.
Yeah, no, they deliberately put it in your face. They're like, look, I've got a butthole. Yeah, I'm aware. Get it out of my face. Anyways, you guys could also contact us on Instagram. It is Hoof Hearted Podcast. Hoof, that's HOOF, Hearted, HEARTED Podcast on Instagram. You can reach me.
PODCAST.
What?
Podcast. You didn't spell podcast.
I'm not spelling. If they can't. Okay. All right. I'm Doc Farted on Instagram. Mex is _Mexalorian. Do you want to spell that?
Nah.
Okay then. All right. So Mex is _Mexalorian on Instagram. It is also his Twitch. So if you guys want to watch him play some video games, you can watch him play some video games. You guys could subscribe to him. You can watch him. He won't show his butthole though. No matter how much you ask. I think he'd get kicked off for that, right? On Twitch?
Yeah, on Twitch. Even if you could do it on Rumble.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. You could do it on Rumble?
I don't know 100%, but
okay.
I thought everything was like
everything
off
was
the walls over there.
A go on Rumble? Maybe. I don't fucking know. OnlyFans, I know you can do it.
Oh no, I think I was thinking of that one.
Okay. I thought Rumble was for like conspiracy-minded folk.
Yeah, and the Republicans.
Okay, sure. I mean, yeah.
Hey, it is what it is.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, like a lot of them got banned from YouTube and shit. Now they're in there.
Yes, that's true.
Conservatives, I should say, not Republicans. Sorry.
Yeah, conservatives.
Conservative,
right?
Like
people with the "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
People that I was gonna say threw the tea off the ships. But we have some friends over in the other side of the world. You
Pause.
should check out too. Yeah,
What?
whatever.
Talking about the poof finger boys?
Yeah,
Yeah, their podcast is legit, dude.
yeah. They
It's
get
really
out there.
they've done a really good job. They got it really tight now. They've got timers and shit to make sure that they don't go over time. They stick to the same kind of like, yeah, dude, they're running a tight ship now. Wayne is
So go
legit.
check them out. But go ahead and follow us first.
Yeah,
and
follow us first,
then check out the homies over there.
Yeah,
like I said.
Pooh Finger. In fact, the last episode I listened to was their serial killer episode, and it was pretty good. It's pretty good. So you guys should check that out. I think they got one coming up that's going to be on conspiracies, which is weird for them because I know that they don't believe in that kind of stuff, and not to the extent that we do. I mean, we believe in all sorts of shit. So
I believe such a strong word, bro.
yeah, I know. Okay, we like to talk about a lot of conspiracy type shit.
That's the funny thing, and I want to get on that before we get on our subject of the day.
Okay.
If a lot of the things that we talk about are outlandish and way over the top, we probably don't really believe them.
Yeah.
I just like fucking talking about them.
Hell yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
And if a dragon comes down one day and eats you, I'm not gonna shrug. I fucking told you.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I mean, that's what we said. And then mermaids are real. I just watched that video again. Did you see that video of that dude who thought that he had mermaids on the side of his boat?
No, I saw one recently. There was a mermaid. She was trying to get out of the fish tank, and she was like about to die. Yeah. She took her costume off and she swam up to there.
Oh, okay.
This is great. And then there was another one where she was swimming up. This one, she was good, but she let out a fart.
Oh, nice.
that was funny.
Nice.
You should see those ones.
Yeah. Well, there was
I feel like that was real good.
There's a video. It's kind of old, but I saw it again. It came up in my threads. And
I do think I know what you're talking about. Where he threw the lobster over and it flew back, right?
No. Well, that might have been it. There's certain parts of it cut out, I'm sure, but because it was a reel on Instagram, and the guy's like, "What the fuck is this? What is this?" He's like, "What is that, bro?" And he's like videotaping on the side of the boat, and it looks like it's a fishing boat. And then he goes to the other side of the boat, and it looks like there's this thing that's keeping up with the boat, swimming really fast. And then you could hear like weird noises and whatever. And at one point in time, it sounds like it says, "Jump for me" or something like that. But I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm sorry, but I really believe that is like 100% fucking fake. Like, I don't really believe in it was like dolphins, I'm sure, or whatever. But I do not believe in mermaids. Although I will say this, man, like that ocean is big, so who knows what the fuck is down there. But half human, half fish, I'm not believing it. Yeah. But anyways, we can go ahead and get right into the topic, man, if you want, because it is kind of, I do believe that there is a conspiracy in regards to this topic. And if people want to know or people don't know what the word conspiracy means, it's when, two or more people conspire to do something, usually to trick the person that they are telling or mislead the person that they are telling. And I do think that with our topic, there is some conspiring going on. And today's topic we're going to talk about, and I'm surprised we haven't really talked about it. I think because I wasn't really like I'm not a believer in it as far as the way everybody thinks of it. But like we're gonna talk about the Mandela Effect. So I mean, okay, so do you know what the Mandela Effect is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the people who don't know what the Mandela Effect is, it's basically
Fucking catch up. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. So I mean, okay, do you know why it's even called the Mandela Effect?
Because there was this dude. This guy was a fucking dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's a dude.
No. But there's a thought that a lot of people had that Nelson Mandela died,
Yes,
right?
correct.
And
Yes.
then it turns out like, nah, he ain't
No,
dead.
he wasn't dead.
So
People thought that he died in prison because he was in prison for what I don't remember. Nobody even talks about that part. But that is
well, let's talk about that part. No.
let's not. I don't
Next episode.
don't want to get into that. I'm not getting into political wars and shit. But
Hey.
well, yeah, we
Well,
aren't that
I
kind
mean,
of show.
some political people are getting into prison pretty soon, I think. So we should start talking about others. But yeah.
No.
Next episode.
Yeah. But
Slightly kidding. But
yeah. So
huh?
Nelson Mandela.
I'm a nerd. But yeah, Nelson
What if we just did a
Mandela.
whole podcast where like Tim Battalion, like some made up terrible language? Anyways,
Try it.
Sure thing, buddy.
um,
This fucking guy again.
stupid. Anyways, yeah. So Nelson Mandela was in prison. People thought that he died, but he didn't. He was released, and then, like, I mean, the funny thing to me is people actually didn't talk about this shit until I think he actually died. And I think that's when people were like, wait, what? I thought he was already dead. And so I think that's when it started to snowball. But the idea of like being wrong about something, I don't know. But I mean, that's always happened. I think that our memory, really, this is why I don't believe it. I didn't believe it, is because our memories are bad.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we think, especially when you're a kid, you think you remember something a certain way, and then you're like, oh yeah, no, that didn't happen, right? Like I remember having tons of friends and being super popular, but no, I never remember that. It was not the case. But
That shit never happened.
That never happened. I used to have a monocle. At least I thought I did. Actually, I never did, but I did have a pocket watch at one time. And I used to also have a wallet with a chain because I was that cool guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's what the Mandela Effect is that, you know, people believe something happened a certain way or a certain product was a certain way, and then they were completely wrong. So we could go through some of these. Actually, I'm gonna say some of these, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna see if you believe in them or if you remember these. So let's see here. All right, so the peanut butter. Do you know about this one? The Mandela Effect with the peanut butter.
Jiffy, no?
Yeah.
Or
Is it
what was
Jiffy? Is it Jiffy or Jif?
Ooh. Isn't it Jiffy?
No. Really? You thought it was Jiffy? It's always
It's not?
yeah, no, it's always been Jif. Choosy
Oh
moms
shit.
choosy moms choose Jif. That was the name of the peanut butter, Jif. And that was their slogan was choosy moms choose Jif.
True.
Yeah. And by the way, if it's spelt GIF, that's not a GIF, it's a GIF. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. so hate that, man. You know,
I
the Bible doesn't talk about Jod. It's God.
have to
It's
put that.
GIF.
Gonna have to down that sword, my friend.
GIF is a peanut butter, not an animated picture, whatever that I send memes to my
That
wife.
brings me joy. It's not that.
Yes. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna stop with that. Okay, so let's see what else. One of the most popular ones is the Berenstein Bears. Like some people are like, is it Berenstein or Berenstain? Now the thing is, those are
It,
the name itself is already difficult as a kid to remember as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you remember reading it as a kid. It's like, oh yeah, it was the Berenstein Bears. Well, then as an adult, it was like Stain, like that's too close. Like, so yeah, you're gonna be wrong. What were you gonna say?
I was just kind of say. I mean, for one, half of us are fucking dyslexic. Let's just put that one out
You're
there.
what?
So if half of us are fucking dyslexic.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna see Baron, whatever it is, Bernstein, and just read it as Bernstein.
Yeah,
We're gonna read it the other way because ours ain't all there.
yeah.
So it's
You know,
we'll just make it
yeah, it's just
more than it is.
yeah, and that's and
On
see,
some stuff like that, stuff where it's like eyes, but when it comes to multiple people being like, wasn't that motherfucker dead?
yeah, and
That's just like
yeah,
different
but
because
how
like
many?
usually, especially people like him, they have like funeral proceedings on like TV. When like
Yes,
Reagan died, it was national television.
but
You
then
know,
they get it confused with somebody else. I mean, fucking half the time, people probably thought that like, uh, uh, what's his name? Oh God, what is his fucking name? He's got the voice, and he was in the Shawshank Redemption, and he was
uh,
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
God damn. Anyways, a lot of times people mistake Morgan Freeman for Nelson Mandela. Why? They
Well,
don't
didn't
even
he
look
do a
alike.
movie?
Huh?
Well, didn't they do a movie?
I don't think so. But they don't even look alike. To me, they don't look alike. So
Well, let's face it.
no.
People are racist.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yes. But that's the thing. So then they're
well,
like,
me
oh
and
yeah,
you, obviously, we had no clue. But
they're like,
other
oh,
people,
Morgan Freeman died thinking that it's Nelson Mandela. And they're like, no, dude. And then other people like I mean, you know how long they've been saying on the internet that Bill Cosby died? And this is before they wanted him to die. So, you know, like
but he's
before
not dead.
no, before the rape stuff. So,
Oh,
wait,
before?
huh?
Yeah.
No, they've been
I
saying
thought
that they've been saying that he's been dead for like the longest time. No, he's alive.
But in like he's under watch, right?
Yes, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
He might be out of prison
Okay.
now, but
That stuff wasn't a Mandela effect.
nope, no, he
Okay.
got put in prison. But the thing
Okay.
is, though,
Wish
is
it
what
was,
I'm
but
what I'm
whatever.
trying to say. What I'm trying to say though is that when it comes to celebrities dying, people think that shit all the time. There's celebrities that have died, and I'm like, that dude's dead. Like I didn't even know. And then I think back, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember like a small little thing talking about, you know. But you are right. You are right that if somebody like Nelson Mandela died in prison, they probably would they would make a big deal out of it. But
Yeah.
I think that when they let him out, that's when he became a bigger deal than when he was in prison. Because once he was out, he started to go around the world talking, having speeches and shit like that. So, let's see here. Curious George. Do you know who Curious George is?
Yeah, the monkey.
Yeah, curious little monkey. Did he have a tail or not?
Motherfucker. No.
Correct. Yeah, he did not have a tail. And the thing is,
Yeah.
like, so something like that, right? You think monkeys, a lot of times you're going to think tail, right?
Yeah.
So that's
And
just
I mean,
my,
there's been, I'm sure, several iterations of the character. No,
yeah, and
I
you
mean,
would
the
think
first
that
one had a
maybe at
tail,
some point in time he had a tail, or maybe it
but
the
yeah,
I mean the
yeah.
one
I
thing,
remember the cartoon not having the tail.
yeah, the one thing we know for sure is he didn't wear pants. So, but
Exactly.
yeah,
Remember seeing that ass.
yeah, but but the thing is though is that something like that small to me is that's the reason why when people start talking about some of these Mandela effects, I'm like, that is something really small. So it's, to me, I feel like this doesn't really count. Like I want bigger things that make you think that, okay, this is this could have been it. Because to me, I feel like it's easy to get it confused. Like this next thing, is it Sex in the City or Sex and the City?
And
It's and, yeah. But I always thought it was Sex in the City. Not because I
yeah,
remember it
you
wrong.
would,
It's because I never watched that
yeah, you
fucking show. I don't care.
would that, and like I feel like you would think it's that. Yeah, it just seems like, yeah,
Yeah, that
sex in this.
they live in the
Like
city. They're obviously having sex in the city.
they like fucking. It's
Yeah,
in
it's
the
not.
city.
It's like they're
The
well,
fuck.
but you know what though? I will say this: if it was called Sex in the City, I feel like you're limiting the places where you can have sex, because then you can't like go out to the countryside and be like, I can't have sex here because have to do it in the city. Anyways, Febreze. Was it spelt with the EEZE or is it EZE? So is it
Double E.
a double E? No, it's just one E. But see,
What?
something like that is so like
Minute.
exactly.
Doesn't even matter.
Is it
But
Oscar?
what about wasn't there Fruit of the Loom? Like didn't
Yeah,
it have the Copaconia or whatever the fuck it's called, and then or it doesn't,
yes, the
or
cornucopia, right? Okay, so
Copaconia?
yeah, the cornucopia.
That's what it
And
is.
I
But
will,
yeah,
and
okay.
the thing is, okay, so that is a little thing, right? But I swear to
Uh-huh.
God, dude, I remember that. I used to get Fruit of the Looms all the time. That's what my parents bought me, Fruit of the
Yeah,
Looms. And I
same.
swear to God,
It had that.
they
It had
had the
that in the logo,
cornucopia.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
same.
no, they didn't. They claimed that they never did.
Yeah. And we've
And
already
and
thrown all those underwear
yeah,
away, so we can't prove it.
I will tell you
Say
that
it.
there are some people,
They
and
knew
this,
what they were doing. They made such fucking shit underwear that they knew that we were gonna have to throw it away
yeah.
and not be able to prove it. These bitches. So there is a cover up. Let's find it. Keep going.
Okay, so but that is something that I want to talk about later. Okay, but there are people, and this is why I wanted to talk about the whole Mandela effect, because there are people who are starting to show, like this is what actually, this is why we're not wrong. Like this actually happened, like with the cornucopia, also with the Monopoly man having a
The
monocle,
monocle.
right? So I saw this one. I don't know if it was a short. I think it was a short on YouTube. And this dude, he's all, I've got it. This is like Junior Monopoly from 1962. On the front of the box, the Monopoly man does not have a monocle. But on the $2 bill, he had a monocle. So on all the dollar bills, all of that, no monocles. No monocle on the front. But on the $2 bill in the game, he opened it up, monocle, right? So it's happened. They've had it. The other thing too that makes me think that, yeah, no, like we've always thought that he had a monocle, because like you watch Ace Ventura 2, and Jim Carrey's like, you must be the Monopoly guy, and it was a guy with a mustache and a monocle, and he had a top hat on, and then he was talking to him. But we've always said that about the Monopoly man
But
with the
that
monocle.
would be where our own memory fucks up, because we would have.
And yeah,
I have only seen a few scenes of Ace Ventura, so I don't remember that.
yeah,
But people that loved that movie, they would have remembered that, you know. So
yeah.
mixing that into real life, and besides that, movies they can't use like the exact
Yeah,
figure,
but this
so they
dude,
had to make some adjustments, right?
showed the unboxing of this
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
this
You
old,
just said
yeah.
that. I
Unless
did.
this guy went through this could be very true. Unless he went through the hassle of creating $2 bills with the monocle and going through, and you know what? For like internet clout, I wouldn't doubt that this dude did that. Wouldn't doubt it at all. But I do think that at some point in time, a Monopoly man had the monocle. There's just there are people who are trying to prove now that these things existed. I want to go over a couple other ones. Okay, you are a Star Wars fan,
Uh-huh.
so C-3PO, his legs, were they both gold or was one of them silver?
Ooh. Yeah. I don't really care for him. But I mean, I would think they were both gold. But
Yes.
you're gonna tell me, huh?
No.
Oh,
Apparently one of his legs was silver. But
there's some.
I guarantee you, if you watch the original Star Wars, I feel like we
Huh.
need to talk to Rowan because I know he's a big Star Wars guy. But
I mean, I'm a big guy, but I don't pay attention to C-3PO.
yeah,
Um,
who does? He was
but
annoying as fuck.
exactly. You tell me some fun facts about Ewoks, we could like, we could have fun.
Nobody liked the Ewoks, dude.
I love the Ewoks. I don't give
Yeah.
a shit.
Hey, you know what? Hey, let me ask you this, man. Okay, well, do you think that like the Ewoks would be the coolest like characters in Star Wars to
Dude,
like
they're fucking
smoke out with?
monsters.
No,
Yeah,
but
yes,
to smoke out
but
with. Yeah.
dude, they fucked up people to save Leia, Han, Chewie. They killed people and then just played drums on their fucking armor. They ripped it from the remains and was just like, let's fucking bang shit and have fun and let's fucking get twisted.
Yeah, they are
The
pretty
Ewoks
fucked up,
are
dude.
fucking badass. Shut the hell up, anyone that says different. Fuck you guys. I don't give a shit. Recognized that when I was a kid, man. I fucking loved the Ewoks.
I honestly like the Ewok movie was the one that I liked the most when I was a kid too. So I didn't like
So,
any of the Star Wars movies, but the one when the Ewoks showed up, like I liked the Ewok movie, Battle
dude,
for Endor or whatever it was.
I mean, I get it. I like teddy bears as a kid, but then you gave them fucking weapons and armor, like little
Yeah,
fucking.
they are teddy
Dude,
bears with weapons.
it's just a little grown up boy's little dream, man. Come on, what are you
Dude,
talking about?
they're
Seeing a
fucking
fucking little rodent bear rampage and destroy shit. Fuck, man, they need to come back.
you've heard of Care Bears? Well, these are the don't give a fuck bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking spear your Care Bear, motherfucker.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah,
That's
no,
fun.
actually, Disney. Why the fuck hasn't Disney made some type of
Ewok show.
Ewok animated show? Or I'll fuck with that. Or bring them into something yet, dude. Like, it's so dumb. That's easy merchandise for you guys.
True.
Whatever.
True. But back to the C-3PO.
Yoda.
The C-3PO. I
Yeah.
know that he had
Uh.
two gold legs, except when it was the first when it was episode 1. Episode 1, he had one leg that was off because Anakin was making him. Anakin built him. But the other thing too, though, is that C-3PO had been taken apart and put back together multiple times throughout the whole series of Star Wars. So, at any given time, he could have had different colored legs, you know. So that's why I'm like, nah. This one's probably a little too old for you, but Ed McMahon and Publishers Clearinghouse. Now they're saying that he actually worked for. He never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. He worked for American Family Publishers. Maybe, but they're also claiming that he never gave people a fucking check, a giant check. Like, I don't know if you know what Publishers Clearinghouse is. Basically, I think you would like buy magazines or something, and that would enter you into some kind. They still have Publishers Clearinghouse, but you enter into like a contest, and then you could end up winning like $1 million or some kind of bullshit. And then what they would do is they would have somebody come by in the van, and they would record it all. And then Ed McMahon would come up to your door and he'd be like, "Congratulations, you just won Publishers Clearinghouse," or whatever the fuck it was called. And he would end up giving you this big fucking check. That's what I remember. They're saying that he never did that. I call bullshit on that. But and then there's the movies, like we were talking about Star Wars. I mean, the Luke, I am your father, right?
No, it's something else.
No,
it's just people.
He says, "No, I am your father."
Yeah.
It's not
Luke, I am your father.
right.
Yeah, well, because in that scene, he says something about, "I know what happened to your father," and Luke says, "No, you destroyed my father." And he says, "No, I am your father."
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense for him to say the other way.
Yeah.
It makes more sense for him to actually answer.
I don't know because I didn't watch that movie that much. So,
There you go.
life is like a box of chocolates.
Never know what you're gonna stick your penis in.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Fucking Epstein Island, motherfucker. But
dude, watch it. Watch out.
hey, I didn't say a name. I didn't say fucking name.
Yeah, well, okay. So, anyways, in the movie starring Tom Hanks,
Hey,
he
mother-
actually said life was like a box of chocolates. I'm just talking about Forrest Gump. He says life was like a box of chocolates, not life is like a box of chocolates. He said life was like a box of chocolates. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna dig out the VHS to find out. But
Yo, who wants to watch Forrest Gump? Never watched that shit.
You've never watched Forrest Gump?
Nope.
It was a
I
good
know.
It was a good movie at the time.
I've seen clips. I know
Yeah.
I've seen clips because I
But
know I've seen him like fight someone, right? Or Jenny.
yeah, I don't know. What a bitch.
And
man.
then
anyways,
yeah. Hi, John.
Yeah. It was
Sorry,
It was
I saw the Family Guy clip a few days
Yeah.
ago, so I'm like, that's why it's fresh. That's why I'm like, I've never really watched it.
The
I know
movie-
for Family Guy though.
Yeah, the movie was fine. It was fine. Like at the time I was in high school, it was fine. But like we bought the VHS, and then all my friends didn't buy the movie, and they wanted to watch it. So I swear to God, man, for like 2 months straight, it was like I was watching that movie every weekend. So I'm over it. I haven't watched it since. So I haven't watched it since high school, and really, it is an extremely unbelievable movie. Like that
All right,
Forrest Gump could have done all that shit. But anyways, what?
Since you just mentioned a movie you haven't watched since high school,
Yeah.
and something like that happened to me. Borat.
Oh yeah, you watched it a bunch in high school.
No, there is a fucking dude in high school that would always be like, "My wife."
My wife.
It was a good movie. I fucking making it annoying as hell.
That was my favorite. That movie was okay, but my favorite part was when he's like, "You say my wife, she's dead," and then he's like, "Yeah, high five!" Like that was because at the time when that came out, I was married to my first wife, and I thought that was,
Relatable.
yeah. So that was funny as fuck, but yeah. So
I get it. I fucking dude. I love the movie. I could rewatch it, but I couldn't watch it after a long ass time of that. Like, it was every day with this shit.
yeah.
Annoying as hell. But go on.
No, just
Is
I
there
was
more?
gonna say,
You remember Sinbad?
Yeah, actually, in fact, I was just gonna talk about that. Sinbad never played a genie. Now, I just saw a video. Some dude he was like, here's the proof, and it showed Sinbad playing a genie named Shazam. And I was like, man, like if he's going, if people are going through the trouble of making this stuff real, because
No, I think after it picked up steam of him doing that, he did like some skit on Jimmy Kimmel or something.
okay, well, that's possibly true, but there was, I think that the issue that people are having is that um Shaquille O'Neal played a genie called Kazam in a movie.
Yeah.
Yes. He also played Steel, which, like, the whole death of Superman was a great, like, that whole thing was great. And Steel was one of the people that was supposed to take over for Superman. And
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like they fucked up that whole thing. But yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. Anyways,
They should have done that movie with Nicolas Cage that they.
oh, I know, right?
You hear about that?
Yeah, no, I knew about that. I knew about that a long time ago. I remember reading about him being Superman when they were actually talking about making that movie. So yeah, but yeah, Sinbad never played a genie. Several people can attest that they distinctly remember seeing the comedian in a movie called Shazam. Many argue they're confusing this memory with the movie Kazam, starring Shaquille O'Neal as a genie. But this dude had a video. I'll send it to you. Anyways, another one is, and this is interesting because I remember in school being confused by this. The number of states in the United States. How many states do we have?
50.
Correct. Yes, but
Uh-huh.
some Americans and foreigners alike recall learning that there was 51 or 52 states. Now I remember
I
thinking
think they're
that
probably counting like our because isn't there lands that are like
Puerto Rico,
under U.S. Puerto
yeah, Puerto
Rico?
Rico, and I think Guam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So maybe they're counting those.
I think that at some point in time, like, we were told those things, and I think at some point in time, I was still thinking, oh yeah, that's, so I was thinking 51. I used to think there was 51. I remember, like, somebody asked, they're like, how many states? I'm like, there's 51. And then they're like, no, it's 50. I was like, oh, it was one off, whatever. And that's the thing, like, whatever. Anyways, Smokey the Bear. Nope, it's Smokey Bear. Let's see. Bunch of other shit. Let's see here. The Space Shuttle Challenger explosion happened January 28th, 1986. But there's a bunch of people who thought it happened in 1984 or 85. I know that it happened when I was in first grade. So, yeah. But there is a conspiracy with the Challenger explosion, and I want to get into that one of these days. But yeah, man. I mean, there's plenty of shit. There's too much stuff to even go over, to be honest with you. But
Has there been anything that's ever felt like a Mandela to you personally?
I mean, yeah, like the Fruit of the Loom thing. The
Oh,
Fruit
yeah,
of
that's right.
Fruit of the Loom thing. I could see why people would think, Captain instead of Cap'n Crunch. The Monopoly guy, like those two things, for the Monopoly guy and the Fruit of the Loom thing, like those for sure. I'm like, nah, man, I'm pretty sure it's the other way around. But again, like, our memories aren't that solid. But when it comes to those kind of things, like, I don't think that that's really like a big deal. I feel like that's an easy thing to get confused about. Do you think that the Mandela effect is real. Like, because this is what they say could have caused the Mandela effect. Because the explanation that the people who believe in the Mandela effect, one of the explanations is, of course, it's just our memory, and our memory isn't very good. Another explanation is that we have somehow slipped into a different timeline. So some huge event had to happen, and what it did was it shifted our timeline, and we are no longer on the same timeline that we were before. If you watch a TV show called Fringe, they kind of talk about that shit, it's really cool. Fringe was an awesome show. If you like some of the stuff that we talk about, you should fucking watch it, because it can be a little cheesy, but a lot of the stuff, it was really cool. It was really cool. Anyways, but that's one of the theories, is that something big happened and it shifted us into another timeline. And one of those big events that they said that could have changed it was the do you know what they are? Because have you heard of that theory?
What, CERN or?
Well, that is one. One of the events that they say was 9/11. 9/11 was such a big deal that it shifted us into a different timeline. And so and I guess some people think that it was because, like, around that time is where a lot of things switched. So I don't believe it. I don't believe that at all. Another one is CERN. So, you know, if anybody doesn't know what CERN is they collide atoms, right? Isn't that what it is? It's like this big long tube. It is supposed to recreate small black holes. A lot of people are like, because they're trying to find I think that what they tried to find, like, the God particle and all this other shit. But yeah, like, people think that they created this black hole, and what it did was it shifted the time and then another timeline. I don't believe that either. Do you believe either of those things? Do you believe that the time shift happened? So now we are in another timeline.
Yeah, I think something happens, honestly, just because maybe not like, travesties like that, like 9/11.
Yeah, because
But
there's been plenty of things.
I think CERN kind of did fuck with some stuff. So it's not like rapid or anything like that, but I feel like whenever they do, because the last time they activated their collider or whatever it is exactly, a lot of people were saying, like, expect people with powers. So I was getting hyped, but I didn't.
Which one were you praying?
I didn't see people flying around, obviously.
Oh man, which one were you hoping for though? If you ended up getting one,
like lasers, but maybe on my dick. Like,
that'd be weird. Cool. How would you stop it though?
No, it'd just be like on command. Like, it'd be like a thrusting type of thing. I'd have full control over it. Like, it almost be like, as soon as it happened, you gain the knowledge of your power. Like that type of deal. You know what I'm talking about?
Hold on a second. Wait, what?
I'm saying
you gain the power.
Yeah, when you gain the power, you gain the knowledge of the power. So you know how to use it. So it's not just, you're not ripping fucking people's heads off with your sticky hands.
Okay, I gotcha.
You're just like, I have a laser dick. Okay. Can I go? And then you shoot someone's head off. Bang, bang, boom. May not have been the robber, may have been the old lady.
I'm gonna tell you,
you don't have perfect aim yet, but you're working on it.
Yeah. Well, and then and
you can start curving the lasers and shit.
I don't like how long we're talking about this, because, like, first of all, I think that's like a shitty power to have. But then, like, is it gonna be different? But is it gonna? Is the laser going to be different when it's flaccid and when it's erect?
That was something I was thinking too.
Is the power
And
like more
I
fierce
think
when
that
it's erect? Like there's just so
yes,
many questions
yeah. I
that
was
I
gonna
don't
say
want
I
to.
think it's just a little stronger. Oh,
I don't want to ask these questions. I don't really want because I honestly, that's like that's a really bad place for lasers to shoot out of. I
but
just think
it's
it's a bad place.
I don't know. It'd be like almost like Wolverine's claws, but it's like yeah, you get pain, but also it heals right away. You know. So you would also get like a healing factor to it.
Okay, yeah. Still, no, I don't. That's it's a terrible place for lasers to
Alright,
come
yeah,
out of.
that was just an example. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but okay. So nothing happened.
yeah. Nothing
Um,
happened with the superpower.
but
That was
I feel like
hey,
I did
I'm not
notice
just.
shifts of
I
oh
just
shit.
hey, I just want you to know I'm not disappointed in your answer though, because it
Well,
was really
no, it's fine.
it was fucking ridiculous.
I liked it. I don't care if you're disappointed or
Yeah,
not.
I just didn't want you to think
I
that
really I
I'm
really love
disappointed,
it
dude.
actually. I
Yeah.
would like for someone to make a skit out of that. No lie. Because that's where curving would come. When you're flaccid, dude, you just fucking fling it. And it's just like a curveball. But what was this saying?
Okay. Yeah, nothing happened. Nobody got superpowers. Nobody's shooting lasers out of their dicks. But that
But
was
I
what.
just felt like I noticed like some shifts of like how people acted. Like so
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe like just like almost like a positive to negative type of shift. Like that
Yeah.
people, some people that were more positive are now more negative
Yeah.
compared to the people that were more negative or more positive or some shit. You
Yeah.
know.
I mean, there was a change. I'm sure there was. Yeah. There's a change in the energy around.
Um.
You know.
So it was something like that. But then I don't know what the fuck happened, dude. And this is so fucking stupid. I promise you, it's not really that serious. But I was I was by myself, and to myself, I wanted to just scream. But essentially, one day I was eating, right?
Hey, wait,
And I was
that
this is a stupid thing. This is a stupid Mandela thing. I promise it'll be slow.
wait,
But I was
but
eating.
this was the thing that you were telling me about before we recorded, or you were going to talk
Yeah,
about. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I was waiting for that.
my bad.
No, go ahead.
All right, my bad, my bad. So I was eating, and I needed some ketchup,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I, I get some. Just simple as that, you know. It's a nice square bottle with the long neck. I don't know if you know that brand. I don't
Yeah.
know the brand. But I used that ketchup bottle. It was still fucking full, right?
Uh-huh.
I go not maybe 2 days later, nowhere in fucking sight, and two other completely different bottles, and it was still fucking full. And sorry, um, it's irked me ever since, and I don't know if I've gone a day without thinking about it,
Okay.
to be honest.
Okay. So
But it's not
basically,
that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal.
so what you're saying is you're saying that the brand of the bottle and the bottle
Completely changed.
changed.
The bottle
Okay.
size completely changed. Nothing is the same. There was no reason for anyone to throw that bottle away. It was a brand new fucking bottle. Yeah,
Okay.
no big deal. No big deal. It's not a big thing. If any other changes happen, I'll let you know.
Okay.
If it turns into a fucking mustard bottle or mustard gas,
Well, that would be terrible. I
yeah,
mean,
I
the
don't know
most
what the fuck's going on
the
though.
the most likely thing that happened are these plastic. But was this a plastic bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, both times, all times, all of them plastic.
Mhm.
Okay. Most
Mhm,
likely, what happened was it's just a different bottle of ketchup, and somebody else used
I know.
all the other ketchup. I know.
In 2 days?
Hey, I don't know. People do weird shit. I mean, maybe it spilled. They cleaned it all up. Maybe it was actually expired. Um, maybe somebody
Nah, dude.
made
You know,
meatloaf.
I check dates constantly.
Okay.
I Yeah, no, it wasn't expired.
But
But no, huh?
but I will say this. Okay, so if you want to go like creepy, kind of like, ooh, what if, I mean, maybe maybe you're slipping through time, man.
Time
Maybe
don't slip in
into the future.
like a
But
laser penis.
oh my god, what? Anyways, I think I mean that could be that is
No,
highly unlikely. Highly unlikely.
yeah,
I do
yeah,
think
no. I thought we were still on the someone just threw it away or switched it out, and
yeah.
I was about to agree with that, and then you were like, "No, it's unlikely." Wrong conspiracy.
No, it
Yeah,
is
no, it's most likely just someone switched it.
yes.
I'm just fucking around.
I know, but the thing is, though, I do think that we can slip through time and stuff like that. So I mean, I think that that's possible. But uh, I don't think that this Mandela effect is a matter of us slipping through time, or changing to some parallel time shift or anything like that.
Parallelogram.
Yeah, yeah. There's also another theory. There's another theory, and I don't know too much about it because I haven't really looked into it too much.
Sorry.
But have you ever heard the theory that we're all dead?
Whoa.
Have you-
I've thought of something like that. I've thought of something like that. And a really crazy video popped up in my feed that made me think, fuck, is this motherfucker alive? Because this dude just walked away from that. The car flipped over on a dude's face, bro. And he just gets up. Obviously, the camera turns off because this dude passed out right away. But you would think the car would just splat the dude's head, right? No, he got up. He got up.
I don't know.
And
It's making my
that was,
balls hurt.
yeah, yeah. Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting. I was like, oh, it's gonna be someone's gonna go flying right now. Uh-oh. No, no, not that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy.
Well, there's a theory.
But sorry, yeah, go on.
There's a theory. There's a theory that we are all dead. We all died already, and we are.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Like I said, I don't know too much about it. So, but I mean, I guess we're kind of we're shit. I wish I knew more about it because I mean, I feel like
said something about that
I feel like I talk out of my ass most of the time, but right now, like
a lot. Me
yeah,
too, though.
yeah. But I feel like I can't really talk much about this theory because I really know very little. But it has something to do, I think, where like our consciousness is like on some kind of is in a simulation kind of a thing, whatever.
In a computer, we're in a video game.
Yeah. So I don't really know too much about it, but that would explain the Mandela effect because we don't know, like our reality was one thing, and then we all died in some massive extinction, and then the computer is feeding us stuff, but the computer's wrong a little bit. You know what I mean? So or whatever.
Yeah.
But again, I don't believe that either. I just want to throw it out there. I don't want to throw it out there. We're just posing questions, man. That's
No, but you got me thinking right now, and then you're like, but fuck that.
Yeah. I don't believe that either. I need to explain that I don't believe in a lot of these things because I don't want people thinking we're crazy.
Yeah, but I got a little high during this episode, and now I'm thinking too much.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
No, it's cool, man.
But do you want to know what I do believe, though?
Oh no, but let me because
go ahead.
I had said something about that a while back too, and that because I was telling someone that in some way isn't this heaven, because they said heaven on earth in a way, right? But then also they do mention I forget if it's in the Bible or whatnot, but they say that heaven's just like 3 feet off the ground or something. So I was just kind of putting it in a thought of if we perceive it as that way and we're more positive towards it and the energies that kind of be, that's how people are able to manifest. Because if heaven truly is on earth, then we're not alive, are we? And it's just really energies in some type of suit avatar.
Yeah.
And once we leave, like you were saying, like we're like we're sorry, I skipped over it like a little bit. Just like I said, I'm not a little high, but like a reincarnation type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we have mentioned that too in the past of if reincarnation would be a thing, would it be that our bodies are able to go, or not our bodies, but once our bodies like are done, our spirit goes up and gets recycled, reincarnated. Do we stay in one new body, or is it multiple bodies? And that's why sometimes maybe you could run into certain people that are the same way, or oh, that they remind me of my old friend or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
when you're older, like you just see people that are like, oh shit, you look a lot like this person I used to know. I don't know, just something like that, especially if it's someone close to you, like blood, or just like someone that you really loved, like you'll end up seeing like stuff in them from like your offspring, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't know about that, man, because this doesn't feel like heaven. So,
it's like I said, like, it's the
yeah.
positive, like the energies you put out there come
No,
back.
I
So
know. Yeah, I know. But, you could be, I don't know. I think you could be pretty positive and shit will still come at you. Then you just start
there's a
looking like a lunatic. You
like a saying
smiling.
of I forget exactly, but something bad keeps happening to this guy, this farmer. Like, oh, your farm's doing so well, isn't that great? Yeah, could be. We'll see tomorrow. Like you never. It's like a just keep working,
Yeah, yeah.
and even if you're positive or negative, like will it affect it? You don't know, but let's just keep going. Let's see tomorrow. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I
I don't know if
think
that's the same
getting in
statement, but
getting into the idea of heaven and hell and this being heaven, like that is a topic for a whole nother time, I think.
yeah.
Because
Well,
you do got
heaven
me
or
thinking, but
hell in itself. That's why, like, if you put negative energy out and you're going through your own personal hell or something, you're making it.
yeah, yeah,
But you put positive out and it looks lighter. It's like I said, the universe gives it back
yeah,
at times.
yeah.
At times.
Okay, but Mandela effect.
Hey, it took a while, but we got off course at the end there.
Yeah, yes, I know. Okay, but and this is I guess kind of what the last thing I wanted to talk about and get your take on this. Um, okay, so my thought with this whole Mandela effect, because I just started thinking about this because for some reason the videos had showed up in my feeds and of like Mandela effects, and I hadn't even been talking about it, so I guess maybe it's trending or something.
Oh,
And um, and I hadn't even really been thinking about it, but it was showing up, and I started to think about it, especially after I saw the people trying to prove that these Mandela effects were wrong. There's a book called 1984, and I don't know. Do you know anything about that book?
no.
Okay, hold on a second.
Isn't it about this dystopian society though, or is that something else?
Um, yeah, it's okay. Well, it's a book by George Orwell, and basically,
Wait, not the popcorn guy. Who is that?
no, that's Orville Redenbacher. Oh fuck, that's funny. That'd be a whole different book. Yeah, it is a dystopian thing. It is a dystopian social science fiction novel by George Orwell. Um, anyways, but in this story, it takes place. It's supposed to take place in 1984. Now, when he wrote this, it was well before 1984, and they basically had thought police where you couldn't think certain things. You weren't allowed to think certain things. You were controlled by the government, and you couldn't. I mean, where you worked, where you lived, everything you did was all controlled by the government. You're required to exercise, you're required to eat, and eat the food that they require you to eat. And you were being watched all the time. That's where the term Big Brother is watching. That's where that comes from. It's from that book. And so your thoughts are also controlled. You're not allowed to think. So I mean, of course there's people who are fighting against Big Brother in that book, and and then they get arrested, and then they get eliminated, and you never hear about them again. And let's say, for example, one of the people that was in the in the story, he was like a war hero. There was all these like stories, and there was newspaper articles and magazine articles and all radio stuff that was on this person guy. Let's call him Joe Smith, right? So Joe Smith was this world. He was a war hero for this country, and then later on, he's a patriot. Then eventually, he ends up bucking against the country, and he is now no longer a patriot. And they go ahead and eliminate all stories about him. All the newspaper articles, everything about him has now been wiped away, and Joe Smith never existed. And in other instances, they would say that Joe Smith was actually a villain. So they change it from hero to villain, and they expect everybody to go along with it. In that story, 1984, they talk about being at war with one country. Let's say it's like you're at war with East Eurasia. So I can't remember what the name of the place was. But we've always been at war with East Eurasia. And then by the end of the book, they're saying, what? We've never been at war with East Eurasia. We're at war with North Metopoly, right? And we've always been at war with North Metopoly. And so my point in saying all of this is I think that that's what this Mandela Effect is. I think that it is some sort of an experiment. Now that we were all on social media and we have so much media at our fingertips and we are getting bombarded with information, they are trying to get us to not believe our own memories. And then that way they could find out how easy it would be for them to say that slavery never existed, especially when they get rid of all of those statues, right? They tore all those statues down. So you tear down the statues, and then you start saying that shit like that never happened, and then it never happened, right? They say, you start getting rid of the things, or you change these things. I think that that's what that Mandela Effect is all about. I think it's some sort of an experiment to get us to not believe in our
Like,
memories. What were you saying?
like they stopped, like the Mandela Effect began, like by him being away for so long and out of public eye, and then they kind of stopped mentioning he's in prison and whatnot. That everyone was like, "Oh, he's dead," right?
See, I don't think, and I don't think that it happened. What I think that what they've done is they've taken something, right, something small, and then they expanded on it. So some people, I mean, this probably could have been happening for a long time, and then finally got a name. But I think that it's not because it's called the Mandela Effect. I just think that they put a name to it because that was like an example of what the situation is. But I'm sure that there's some other, I don't know, something else that you could call it. But I do think that it's some sort of, I mean, that is what I think. I think that it's some sort of social experiment or in some way trying to manipulate our memories and our minds. That I actually believe is more plausible than a time shift, more plausible than some big event happening and messing with our memories. I think that what it is it is that. Now, what is my percentage of like how much of it do I actually believe? Like, where am I at on that? Like, I don't know. I'd say probably like 80%. I think that that's the same. I think that's the kind of bullshit that they would do, man. You know, like get you to believe a certain way. So then that way, we just consume more stuff or, whatever. I don't know. What do you think about that theory? That the whole Mandela effect is a mind manipulation.
Yeah, I think in some instances it is a test of something, like something big, like Nelson Mandela, the movie about with Sinbad, and then
Yeah.
because honestly, I feel like that would have probably been a movie. He was a big actor. It's just that they did the Shaq one at the same time, so they probably scrapped it. And they were like, "Hey, let's do a bunch of skits. Like, let's do some stuff instead that will just put you on the map." And then it's kind of like get rid of that and not do the movie.
Well,
And they went that, or something had to have happened because I don't know if for a lot of people to be like, "Yeah, there's a trailer. Yeah, you ready for
yeah.
the movie?" And it's like, "You talking? You mean the one with Shaq?" Like, no, the Sinbad. Like, okay, I don't even remember exactly if they were out like the same year or something. But like, I just mean something like of that where it's like a big celebrity or politician.
Yeah.
Probably, it's probably like some type of manipulation or test.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Bears one, I feel like is just us being like, "Oh, what about this one? Like, my eyes weren't that good, and they
yeah.
still aren't. But
Yeah. Yeah.
what do you think about this?"
But
It's
I
like,
do
dude,
think
no,
that
you
there's
need
some, because
to.
if you look at most of the things that are the examples, it's always like some kind of media or pop culture. That's always what it is. Like but I think, and I just thought of this, like it doesn't really end there because, but that's all they talk about, right? And I think it's because they can, especially nowadays, because they didn't talk about this shit back in the 90s, but they'll talk about it now that they have like, you know, computer animation and ways to fake so much shit. It'd be easy
Yeah.
to manipulate our thoughts and our memories. But if you really think about it, when you were in because they've been doing that for a long time. They've been manipulating what our memories are and what our thoughts are for a long time. Who discovered America?
Uh, Christopher Columbus, right?
That's what we remember, and that's what we were told. Of course, now we learn that that's not the case. But they've always known that. They've always known that Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. They know that the Vikings were here first, and they know that before that there was other.
Well, I thought you meant I thought you meant the history.
Yeah, history says it was. Yeah, history says it was Christopher Columbus. History has been manipulated forever, right? So this Mandela effect has been something that has gone on for the longest time. They say that history is written by the winners. And that's true, man. I mean, the people that write it down, but, there are going to be people who, I know that I used slavery before, but there is going to come a time, just like how there's people saying that the Holocaust didn't exist, right? All of these things, if we don't, we have to continue to talk about all these things that may not be, that may not be good to talk about, right? They're parts of our past, our history that we aren't proud of. But there's a reason why they say that if you don't learn from your past, or if you don't learn from your past, then you're bound to repeat it, right? If you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it. So the bad shit, man, if we don't talk about it, if we don't discuss it, then we're going to repeat it.
That's the crazy thing about them just knocking over all those fucking statues in real life too.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like I feel like that's it's planned,
like
dude. It's planned. It's a planned way to affect our memory. Because they want to like shove it under the rug. Why? Probably because they want to fucking do it again. But now it's not going to be just.
There are people that did it in the first place.
There
a bunch of different fucking notions.
Yeah.
Motive.
So I mean, it's I don't know. Yeah, it's been going on for a long time. This whole, I thought I remember this. Yeah, no, that's not what happened, right? Are you sure? Yeah, no, it didn't happen that way. Okay. All right. And then you just believe it. Nah, man, we gotta talk about stuff. So that's why we gotta just put it all out there, the good and the bad. That's why we can't be censoring ourselves. We can't say, you can say words and still not be insensitive. You know what I mean? Like, I know that there's so many words that they, you could get banned for on social media. Like when they, like one
and put a few beeps right there. Put a few beeps right there when you edit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Go follow me at twitch.tv/_Mexalorian to find out what we just said.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm not gonna beep anything, dude. That's gonna be too much work.
Yeah.
So
leave all that though.
Yeah. No, but like, okay, so one word that I keep hearing, right? One word that I keep hearing on like YouTube or even in certain podcasts when they say, oh yeah, they're unalive. You mean they're dead? Like, oh yeah, somebody unalived them. You mean they killed them? Like, what the fuck, dude? Just say it.
As soon as they say it, they lose their money. That's a demonetization. So thanks, Doc. Now you're fucking not gonna edit.
We don't make money, and honestly, I don't give a shit because that's fucking stupid.
That's something I stand on too. I hate that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
To me, it makes light of the situation. Like, it doesn't. It's like kidifies it almost. Like,
exactly.
You're talking to children. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a way of like, I don't know. I just feel like it's the whole, and I know that we're kind of getting off topic a little bit here, but to me, I don't think that it is, because I think that it's related. Like I said, I feel the Mandela effect is a way for them to manipulate our memories, to change what we remember. And I don't think it's always that way. Like you said, dude, Berenstain, whatever. It's so similar. Of course, we would not really remember. It's so minuscule, so minute, right? But I think when it goes on with a lot of the little things, you know, like the monocle or the cornucopia, right? Or the, you know, Sinbad movie or things like that. Like there's a lot of little things that, yeah, sure, we just don't remember. But I do think that they are taking advantage of this, and they're manipulating our memories. So that's about it, man.
Now they
Yeah.
putting out all the shitty fucking movies and everything like that. Madam Web was all right.
What one?
Madam Web,
Madam
Spider-Man movie.
Oh.
Yeah, Sony put out a new Spider-Man movie. I figured we'd end on a stupid note, you know.
When the fuck did that happen?
For Valentine's Day, I think. Yeah, it came out for Valentine's Day.
Yeah. See, now I don't pay attention. I don't pay attention. Sorry.
No. I mean, I figured I'd talk to you about it sooner or later, but I was gonna say, I'll talk about that next time
Yeah,
on
I don't.
Hard Podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, play those horns, dog.
Anyways, if you guys have any examples of Mandela effects, or if you think that I am just full of shit, you could call us at 661-379-0020. You can call us, text us, tell me what you think. You can also contact me directly on Instagram. I'm Doc Farted. You could contact Mex on _Mexalorian. Hit us up on the Hoofhearted Podcast on Instagram. You can send us an email at hoofheartedpod@gmail.com. Nobody ever does, but whatever. And then you can watch Mex play some video games. What are you playing?
Video games. Oh, dude, Apex turned fucking pretty dope, actually.
Yeah. All right. So you can watch him play Apex Legends.
Apex pretty sick.
Yeah. So
come check it out. Burrito, come check it out.
Yeah, I know, right? The burrito and Rowan, man. Neither one of them have they were our go-tos for the phone call. They were the only guys calling us, and
I stopped by the spot Rowan works a while back. Not to make sure he was listening to podcast, but I checked up and made sure he was listening to podcasts. You know, he said he was. He said he's digging it.
Yeah, he does, dude. He always listens to it.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah,
no, I stopped by there and said what's up to him.
Also, I wanted to say to anybody who's actually listening to the whole fucking episode, we are now on Apple Podcast. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Amazon Music. And I do have one episode. I have Rowan's episode up on YouTube. That is going to take a long time unless I can figure out how to upload it as a podcast. Because if I have to do it as a video, that's going to take a long fucking time. So, but I'm working on it. So we are going to be out on other areas, whatever. So we're not just Spotify anymore. So if you do prefer Apple Podcast, go for it. If you prefer iHeartRadio, I don't know who the fuck listens to podcasts on there, but maybe you do. Or maybe you prefer to. I don't know. I listen on Spotify, so it's just easier for me because I don't have a iPhone. But anyways, yes, so we're going to try to get out there in other areas. And if you guys have any suggestions, again, you can call us or text us at 661-379-0020 or contact me directly on Instagram. I am Doc Farted on Instagram. And yeah, just if you have any suggestions for anything, new episodes or suggestions on ways to make the podcast better or places to put it out on, then please contact us. Let us know. So, all right, man. You got anything else to say?
No. I don't know if you heard me about the Jewish bears earlier, but
The Jewish bears? Are you talking about Ewoks still?
no, the Berenstein Bears, not Ewoks.
Oh, what about?
Oh, now, I don't want to get into this. 'Cause now they're Jewish bears.
Are they at war with Palestinian bears?
You motherfucker.